going into the Toronto game, obviously they had a coaching change on the eve of the game. Did that kind of change preparation a little bit, or did you have special messages?
Not really at all. I mean, obviously, those are always interesting to see how the team reacts. I thought their team reacted well. They have it's a tough place to play in Toronto. The fans get really behind their team, and just as our fans do here. If you look at our last game on Thursday, I thought our fans, that's the one thing I do want to mention, is that the game on Thursday night, I thought the atmosphere at Community America Ballpark was brilliant. I thought how loud everybody was and the support they gave us was a big factor for us able to win. I thought our front office did a great job in getting that sorted, and I think that really bodes well for us as we move forward. But getting back to your question, we thought that it may have a little bit of an impact, but at the end of the day, I thought they were pretty solid, and they looked like they were a real strong group.
Talk about the other advantages to having a stretch off besides just healing, like the DC United playing and getting to watch them and have
it always gives you more time to prepare for your opponent. Again, but when we play at home, it's more about us and what we do. When we go on the road, it's a little bit more about the other team and kind of negating their strengths. But it gives us time to, just sit back and watch a little bit. And for me, the best part of it is we just get to work on more things. The week goes by very, very quickly. When you play on a Saturday and then in the following Saturday, you really have 2 to 3 days of really quality work. And then the day before the game, we usually don't do much. So this gives us just more time to work on some of the things that I think that we need to work on as a team.
How inclined were you to take Davey off in the Toronto game, and did he persuade you to just patch him up and leave him out there?
I was, we left. It was one of those things where I talked to the trainer and the medical staff, and then obviously to Davey, and he felt like he could go, so we stuck with him.
Coach, one more question about Toronto. After that game, you received a fine.
Yeah.
Some statement comments you made.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I was just very frustrated. It was an emotional week for me, as I was telling you guys all before the press conference, that my family was involved in a very, very serious car accident, and to make matters worse, my car was broken into the same day, and my passport was stolen, and I had to fly to Colorado to get it a passport in one day so I could coach my team on Sunday. So it was a culmination of a lot of things that came together, and I was very frustrated, and at the time felt like the world was a little bit against me, and I kind of acted a little bit out of character and lashed out at the referees. It's something that I regret doing, and I got fined for it, and we move on.
In general, is the level of referee, is it constantly improving?
I think it is. I actually do. I think the refereeing is, we have the U.S. Soccer's and MLS has done a good job. They have Paul Tamarino that's kind of the face, one person that's in charge of really helping bring along our referees, and I've seen progress. I think our referees have gotten better, and so that's good. That's all good signs.
Do you have an avenue through which you can express your concerns about refereeing?
Yes.
That's not public?
We're always able to. We have a form we fill out after every game that evaluates the referees. So we have our ways of voicing our opinion on certain things. But like I said, I think that part of it has gotten better.
Do you think the league takes your feedback of coaches seriously with regard to referees?
Yeah, I do. I think our league is very serious about it, and the fact that, so is U.S. Soccer. So the fact that they hired a person full time to be in charge of it is I think an indication of that, and it's something that I think they take very seriously.
We talked a lot about how much the players needed this time off and this break. How much did you personally just need this week to recoup after all of the things that you just said you went through last week?
Well, for me, it's I think I've always had a pretty positive outlook on life, and always tried to live my life a certain way. But I'll tell you what, I spent an awful lot of time giving extra hugs to my children and to my wife, because actually the two guys that are right behind me, they drove by, they saw the accident, Lance and Jack, and you should have seen the looks on their faces when they saw the car and saw the truck and saw me and saw my family. So for me, yeah, it's there's no two ways about it. I've needed a couple of days to kind of unwind and get my bearings back, and I was in shock. There's no two way. I was able to keep my guard up, coach the game on Thursday night. I was very emotional after the game, and then obviously I had to get my guard back up and deal with the things on Sunday. But there's a life-changing moment. There's times like that in your life where your perspective changes a little, and that was a moment for me where just to reemphasize, I'm very thankful for what I do, for what I have, for the job that I have, and for the family I have. So certainly it's been good to have a couple days to unwind.
Curt, you guys aren't on national TV that often, so when you are, and maybe there are some things during the broadcast that maybe aren't complimentary about the squad. Do you react to those at all?
No, I don't worry about what anybody else thinks. At the end of the day, we got 3 points. It wasn't the prettiest of games, but that's the nature of soccer. There's days when you have to win ugly, and that's kind of what we did on that particular day.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, Coach.